Russian President Vladimir Putin has lauded Moscow's deepening ties with Beijing, saying that bilateral relations have reached a level never seen before.
In his annual end-of-the-year press conference, the Russian leader also assessed the situation in Ukraine. Dasha Chernyshova has more from Moscow.
Russian President Vladimir Putin spent more than 4 hours answering questions from the Russian public and media representatives. Addressing the conflict in Ukraine, Putin said Moscow was ready for talks and compromises and noted that Kyiv needs to be ready for them as well. Putin said there were no preconditions for those talks, but they should be based on the arrangements reached in discussions that took place in spring 2022 in Istanbul. Meanwhile, he said Russian troops were advancing along the entire front line and that Russian fighters were taking territory every day. He didn't specify when the Russian military would drive the Ukrainian troops out from the western Kursk region. He also said he was ready for a meeting and talks with the US President-elect Donald Trump. On Syria, Putin said Moscow is in contact with all forces there and that he had offered his military bases for humanitarian purposes. He also said that Israel was benefiting from the current situation and expressed hope that it would withdraw from the Golan Heights.
Но все-таки главный бенефициар происходящих событий в Сирии, главным бенефициаром является, на мой взгляд, Израиль. И можно как угодно относиться к тому, что делает Израиль. Россия осуждает захват любых сирийских территорий. Это очевидно. Наша позиция здесь не подлежит никакой корректировке.
He also said he had not yet met with Bashar al-Assad, who has been granted asylum in Russia. Speaking of the Russian economy, Putin said it grew by some 8% over the course of the past 2 years, which he said is faster than any economy in Europe or in the United States. But admitted that growing inflation is a warning signal. Commenting on the ties with China, Putin said the level of cooperation is exceptionally high and that the two countries are coordinating actions on the international stage. Dasha Chernyshova, CNA, Moscow.